What if I told you that one of the most loving gifts that you can ever give your family doesn't cost a dime? It's not an inheritance. It's not a family heirloom. It's a conversation, and it's a document. It's called an advance directive. As a nurse and a nurse practitioner who has spent over 2 decades caring for patients with serious and life-limiting illness and supporting their families at end of life, I've witnessed something over and over again. It's really startling. Families who do not know or are unsure of their loved one's wishes, they are often left carrying uncertainty, guilt, conflict, and the burden of wondering, asking questions like, are we doing the right thing? Well, today I want to share why I believe an advance directive is one of the greatest love letters you can leave your family and your loved ones. So let's get started. Here are the basics. What is an advance directive? An advanced healthcare directive is a legal document that allows you to communicate your healthcare wishes in the event that you become unable to speak for yourself. It typically includes two important components. First, it allows you to appoint someone you trust to make your healthcare decisions on your behalf in the event that you're not able to speak for yourself. Secondly, it provides guidance about what types of medical treatments you would or would not want if you were seriously ill and unable to communicate. In simple terms, it gives your family a roadmap. It gives your healthcare team direction. And it gives your voice a way to be heard even when you cannot speak. Families who know their loved ones' wishes often experience difficult decisions with greater peace and confidence when a written healthcare directive is in place. Now, most people believe their family knows what they would want. But here's the thing. Most families have never had that conversation. I've sat beside hospital beds where adult children are arguing and disagree with one another. In the absence of a written advance directive, all adult children must agree on medical care and important serious decisions. I've seen spouses struggle with impossible choices. I've watched loving families agonize over healthcare decisions. They simply were unsure what was the right choice, what was the thing that their loved one would have chosen, and not because they didn't care, but because no one talked about it. When emotions are high, when fear is present, and when someone is critically ill, this is not the time to be making these decisions. And these decisions become incredibly difficult. It's not the time to be guessing. When most people hear the words advance directive, they think paperwork. They think legal forms. They think medical jargon. But I see something really different. I see an act of love. When you complete an advance directive, you're saying to your family, I care enough about you to make my wishes known in writing. I don't want you carrying the burden of guessing. I don't want you wondering. I don't want you to conflicted about whether or not you made the right or wrong decision. And I want to give you guidance when you need it most. Now that is a gift. That is compassion. That is love. One of the heaviest burdens family members often carry after a death is uncertainty. Questions like, did we do enough? Did we do too much? Would mom have wanted this? Would dad have wanted to stay on life support? Now, these questions can linger for years, sometimes decades. When a loved one has clearly communicated their wishes, families often tell me it was still really hard. At least we knew what they wanted. Even when advance directives were in place, families find themselves struggling. It's still hard. I often remind them, hey, it's not your decision. Your loved one made the decision in their advance directive. You are just honoring those wishes. Now, that certainty can be incredibly comforting. The document is important, but the conversation may be even more important. Talk with your spouse, talk with your children, talk with your healthcare power of attorney or the person you've chosen to make decisions for you. Discuss what matters to you most. What gives your life meaning? What outcomes would be acceptable to you? What fears do you have? These conversations help your loved ones understand not just your decisions, but your values. Many people think, I'm too young, I'm too healthy, I'll do it later. But serious illness or accidents don't always wait until you're ready. An advance directive is not just for older adults, it's for every adult. None of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Creating a healthcare advance directive doesn't mean you're expecting the worst. It means you're planning wisely and caring for the people that you love. Most families don't want your money. They don't want your possessions. What they want is clarity. What they want is guidance. And they want the confidence that they are honoring your wishes. An advance directive provides that. If you've been putting this off, consider taking the first step this week, have the conversation. Complete the document. Review it with the people who matter to you most. Think of it not as paperwork. Think of it as a love letter. That's what I would always tell families. A letter that says, I love you enough to spare you from impossible choices. I love you enough to make my wishes known. I love you enough to help carry this burden before the day it arrives. Because one day your family may need your voice when you cannot speak. An advance directive allows that voice to remain with them. In my experience, that may be one of the most loving gifts you can ever leave behind. And remember this, planning ahead isn't about preparing for death, please. It's about caring for the people that you love. Now, I have placed in the description box a link to a document called 5 Wishes. It's a really thorough document that helps you outline what your wishes would be in the event that you cannot speak for yourself. It explores your values and allows you a place to put these things in writing. It's really awesome. It does not require a lawyer. It does require witnessing by 2 impartial parties. And when I say witnessing, that just means someone who is signing the document as your witness to your signature and that you, in fact, were the person who completed it. They do not have to be present while you're completing the document. I'm Nancy Lee, NP. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hate having to say that, but it helps my channel grow. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.